What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet I'm in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.
Welcome to Bink's Break Room Podcast. This is the fastest growing podcast, and we invite you to join the discussions with us. Look, it ain't no rules in the break room. This is where you let your feelings be known and your thoughts be heard. Think about it. At the job, in the break room, that's where everybody let loose, kick it, and be themselves. So that's what we want you to do. Let loose, kick it, be you in the break room. This is our platform to help move the culture forward together with our knowledge, experiences, which can influence and strategize to make a difference. But sometimes that require a little ratchetness, a little arguing, and being open-minded. Spread the word about Bink's Break Room Podcast. Follow us on all social media. Let loose, kick it, be you, and let's hop into today's show. This is Bink's Break Room Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. On a Thursday, the weekend eve, as I call it. Your man, Big Bink. What's going on? Welcome to Bink's Break Room Podcast, and thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much for telling your friends to download our app. Go to your Google Play Store and just type in Media Room 360. You'll see the little black and red logo. It look like a little house and a face at the same time. Look like a house with a face. Download that app. Rock with us. We got there you go right there up in the right-hand corner. You see it? And rock with us and just take advantage of this black-owned, black-operated network that we're putting together. So today, I was watching this documentary, and this documentary was about Michael Jackson. And this documentary talked about how Michael Jackson couldn't even really go nowhere. He couldn't go nowhere. It was to the point that at times, Michael Jackson dressed up as other people, or as let me say, as a regular person, just to be able to blend and mingle with society. They had a picture of him in the record store, but obviously it didn't look like Michael Jackson in the record store. It was a dude with a long beard and glasses, and he was going through the records, and it was him. But you wouldn't have known it was him. But that's the type of world we live in, where our celebrities are held up here to a high standard. Now, I'm sure you have all kinds of stories where you met a celebrity and either it was a great experience, it was a medium experience, or it was a horrible experience. I got all three, especially from working in the music business for the last 20 plus years. I've ran into the best. I ran into the worst. I ran into some okay, experiences with celebrity. But what really breaks your heart is when you hold somebody so high, you kind of forget that they're human. So when the experience comes off bad, You like, oh, what the hell with you then? Oh, you know what I'm saying? So picture this. You're a celebrity. Where's my phone? You're a celebrity. Hold on. Picture this. I'm trying to get my stuff together. Hold on. I didn't know I was going to do this. Okay. Picture this. You're a celebrity, right? And everywhere you go, this light is in your face. Soon as you hit the door, the light is in your face. And it's in your face till you get in the car, till you get to your destination. No let up. No, I'm sorry. Just when you get out there, it's this light clicking. It's people calling your name. Every time you go outside, this is one of the things that stars with the height of popularity as Michael Jackson had to go through. Every time. There were times that Michael Jackson, it looked like he was a sports hero because he was guarded by, guarded by so many people. I mean, think about when he went to court that day and he had on them pajamas. All them people was out there to see him. He jumped on the car and did the Michael Jackson dance after they found him innocent or whatever. But can you imagine how people feel when they go through all that, or they're all alone and they can't go out and be with people? I had the opportunity to hang out with Tupac one time back in the 90s. And there's a ring that he had. I think he had it at Keep Your Head Up. It's a 5-star ring. But I think he wore it on this finger though. But it was a 5-star ring. It was a big gold ring. I was with him when he bought that ring in 1993 at the place we call, what do we call that place at the crib in Chicago? It was near Jewtown. People at the crib know what I'm talking about. It was near Jewtown. I don't even know if Jewtown's still up. But my point is, we couldn't even take 5 steps. And this is, I get around Poetic Justice, Juice Tupac. We couldn't take 5-6 steps without somebody coming up to him, taking a picture, hollering, crying, all that stuff. Can I shake your hand? This was like all day. So if you had some experiences that you want to share celebrity-wise, please get in the comments and let us know. But I just think sometimes we hold celebrities to too high of a standard and we kind of forget they're human. Action Shawnee, have you all had any bad experiences with celebrities?
No. You Shawnee?
Uh-oh, cut your mic on, Shawnee.
Yeah, I can't hear you, sweetie.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. Absolutely. Have I had bad experience with celebrities? Yes. Have I had good experiences? Yes. And just okay, yeah. But bad ones, yes. K. Michelle and Tank. Me and
Don't
Top.
call out my girl. Don't call out my girl.
And K. Michelle, Tank, and then this new artist that I just interviewed like a couple weeks ago. Me and Tank got on his knees and apologized because I had to read him real good in front of a whole group of people because I'm like, you got me mixed up with somebody else, boo-boo. But
yeah, I mean, I understand what you're talking about though from a different perspective though. Like I would say when I was at the almost so-called height of the radio career.
Yeah.
I mean, we all did radio for a long time, but it's like we had a glimpse of that, a small glimpse of that. Like when we used to throw on concerts and we had like 20,000-30,000 people there, we used to do shows and stuff like that. We had to go out on stage. But then I was that type of radio personality that I would go out on stage, but then I like to go out into the audience, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to talk to the people. I didn't want to hang out backstage and do all the other stuff. I wanted to go out there and wild out with them. But it's like it's a difference because like in radio like us, or any radio personality on here knows, when you're out in public and you're representing the radio station that you work for, you always got to be on. I mean, you can't be a jerk. You can't be mean. People will come up to you and say like, "Hey, I want to take a picture. Can I take a picture with you?" You got to be like,
okay,
yeah, sure. Or if somebody say like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" You got to be like, "Yeah, sure."
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So
I would always say, "Why you want my autograph though? Let me have your autograph. You give me your autograph. You're the star." That's how I flip it on.
Yeah, but I mean, just having that little small glimpse of it, you understand. For a big time celebrity, it could be draining and difficult because it used to drain me sometimes. And I love the fans, always love the fans. But it's like sometimes you sit there for like an hour after you were supposed to be there, talking to people, signing autographs, taking pictures, and I was like, man, I'm ready to go home.
Ready to go home, yeah.
Yeah.
Or when you go to one market I worked in, I'd have to do everything late. If I was in Walmart buying a tissue and somebody comes to me and say, "Hey, how you doing?" It got to a point because if I started talking, they're like, "Oh my God, you Shawnee." And I'm like, I don't know who that is. "Yes, you do." And you got a person following you all the way through Walmart. Or if you go to have lunch, you can't eat because everybody coming over, Hey, Shawnee. Oh, I heard what you was talking about, this, that, and the other. And I loved it, but sometimes I was just like, can I just eat?
Yeah, can I
my
just
food? Hey, Jackie. Hey, Kathy. How you doing today?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, I used to hate when I used to go out with friends and stuff like that. And I again, most radio people that I know are very introverted people. They're like that on the radio, like that when they have to be on, but in their personal lives, they just want to be themselves. And in that route, I used to hate going out with friends because they always be like, "Hey, this is action."
Oh yeah, that's the worst. Y'all know who this is?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'll be like, come on, man, don't do that to me. I mean, I'm just sitting here chilling, trying to relax with y'all, and y'all gonna put me out there like that. I'll be like, come on, man.
Well, Kathy has an experience. She says her experience, mine were all good. Hung out on Tony bus tour after the show, got pics to the show. Hung out in the club at the bar with Michael Cooper. Okay, he bought everybody drinks, but she got a soda because she don't drink.
That's what that is, Kathy.
I know that's right,
What's
girl.
up? Mm-hmm.
Hanging out with my Oak Town homeboy, Tony.
That's the drinking word right there. Tony.
Yeah, I got
man, I left mine, Shawnee. You can't do that. It's Friday. We do that on Fridays.
I'm starting today. Wine on Shawnee.
I got a chance to meet Tony. I got a chance to meet them. Actually, for the first time a couple of years ago in Indianapolis. But I remember one time I had an interview with Timberland. He came up to the radio station in Dallas at the time. And I was like, because I'm a DJ. So the whole beat making thing, I was really into that real tough. I had a couple of mixtapes out and I was like, oh, it's on and cracking. And so I met him on 10 at the end of that interview. I was like on -6 because I guess he was already tired from traveling. And I was like, dude, spit that discography to the listeners. And he was like, they don't know. They don't know. I'm like, okay. But even off air, I was like, what's up, man? Hey, I'm Big Big Man. What's up, man? You know how people they dap you, but they keep you at arm's length. So you can't get this part in. Yeah. I was like, all right, well, So I just did the basic questions. Where you going? Because I think he was going to be at the House of Blues or something. Something he was doing. I think he was teaching people how to make beats or something. He did that. And I was like, yeah, get your ass out of here, dog. He's the worst ever.
I thought he was about to tell the story when Mary J. Blige came up to the station.
I was good on Mary. I got a chance to sit and talk to Mary. That was a family affair, Mary.
She was good.
Yeah,
Mary was good for me too.
Oh well, she was crazy with everybody else.
Yeah, Mary was cool with me. The thing I typically find though, doing from my experience, 9 times out of 10 with all the celebrities that I had to deal with, and I dealt with a lot of them, it's just like it's usually their people, it's not them.
Yeah, that's sometimes. Yeah.
It's usually the people that want to be all jerky, and you can't ask them this, don't talk to them like this, and don't say this, and watch out. Hey, you better not do this. And then when you talk to them, and like, I'll be like, hey, yo, man, your people was like, they like, man, forget all that. you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
they're usually cool. It's the people that really want to be the jerks about it.
I didn't have that problem. Well, Billy's checking in. He says he's met all kinds of celebs. The best was E40 and the Click. The worst was Gary Payton. You know what? I did meet a basketball player that I won't even say his name. He's still alive, but he hit me. And Donnie, look, if I wish I could go back and everything I know is 44-year-old Shawnee at 20-year-old Shawnee and deal with that person.
Yeah.
Wow. Jackie says, I'm not famous, but I have on business travel in other states. And someone always says, aren't you Bishop's wife?
You are famous, Miss Jackie. You are the first lady.
Yeah, you the first lady, Jackie.
You can't get no more famous than the first.
I'm trying to think, like on the legend. I'm looking at my wall. I think one of the most prized pictures I have. Where's it at? Hold on, I'm gonna go get it. One of the most prized pictures that I have. And this meant a lot because when I saw her, I got in her ear and I started singing. I started singing one of her songs.
Aaliyah? You and Aaliyah? Wait, don't put it up yet. You and Aaliyah?
No, I started singing one of her songs. And then
you and Tony Braxton?
No. And then
Tamia?
No. And then she turned around and started singing it back. I was like, look, one of my first album. No, the first album I did. The first album I ever bought was yours. And I wish I had it so you could sign it. And she was America's Songbird back in the 80s. And
Stephanie Mills?
I could say one name, Shawnee, and you're going to guess it. It's not Stephanie Mills.
Oh.
I would love to meet Stephanie, too.
You said 80s?
In the 80s. There were only a couple of people.
Patti LaBelle?
That was killing it now. That was killing it in the 80s, early 80s.
Gladys Knight?
Tony Braxton?
Now, think, damn, I don't want to say that because you're going to guess it. I'm
trying to remember the pictures in his office.
think crossover artist. All right, here we go. Crossover artist, but the black people embraced her better.
Taylor Dayne? Oh, Tina Marie.
So
Tina Marie.
This picture right here. Picture right here. This was in the radio. It was in one of the radio stations at the time that we in the building. I think it was 94.5. Yeah. But I mean, she let me put my arm around her. She came in for the picture. I was singing Deja Vu to her. She turned around and sung back. And I was just like, really cool. She was, it was really cool. And, you know, when she passed away, I was like, damn, well, I got a picture with her. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Highlight Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight did the Boyz II Men Christmas album. And he produced it. And there's a song I like on there called Cold December Nights. And I was trying to explain it to him. He was like, man, look, I done wrote all these damn songs. I don't really know which one you're talking about. So I started singing it. And then he started playing it. And Rudy V was on the other. Rudy V is a personality here in Dallas-Fort Worth. He was on the other side of the mic looking. And I was like, man, I'm up here singing. And Brian McKnight is playing. Are you kidding me?
We should have had camera phones back then.
Yeah, man.
So those are some of my highlights. And, you know, we just talk about celebrities. Sometimes we forget that they real people and they use the bathroom and cough and fart just like we do.
My.
But sometimes the mental health, at least how we see it, we think people are crazy. We think, like Kanye West, for example. I know he going through his thing with his wife. They done broke up, getting a divorce, living in separate houses. He running for president. He got the church choir. Going back to 2005, George Bush doesn't like black people. Excuse me. What'd he say? I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the best album of all time. Like stuff like that. The first thing we say, like, what's wrong with this dude?
No, that's crazy.
Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
You don't get up at no award show and say that, even though that might be true. But that's not what you do.
It might be some issues there. And again, every time he goes out, I don't know if y'all remember that time he went out, paparazzi all in his face, and he ran into the stop sign and bumped his head. Y'all remember that video? It went
No.
viral. Oh my God. Because he can't move around. He couldn't move around like he want to. So mental health is very important. Sometimes we don't talk about that enough. And so we got a guest today that's going to talk about how her and her organization, her company actually, is attacking mental health. I see her in the queue, but I don't see her.
Maybe she's just gonna talk.
There
oh,
she
there
is.
she is.
Yeah, she like,
I was gonna say maybe she's just gonna talk. She don't want to.
That's why I kept talking, because I didn't see her. I was like, damn, I hope she's still there. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my homegirl, HBCU graduate, and this is her name, and we're gonna talk about this. Her name is Successful Brim. Give it up one time.
Hey. Oh, she got her shirt on. All right.
I see you.
Now, before we even get into this wonderful platform that you got and how you about to start helping people around the world, explain to me the name. Your name is Successful Brim, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, explain that to me.
My mom was creative, I guess. Like, a lot of people always ask, is that your real name? Let me see ID. I'm like, yeah, that's my real name.
Do they call you something for short, like Cess or Full? They just call you, hey, Successful. That's how I go.
Why not? So yeah, that's what I.
That's a great point.
Yeah, be like, hold up. Aren't you successful?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? It does get tricky when I'm introducing myself to people and I shake their hand. I'm like, hi, I'm successful. So I kind of like catch myself and say, hi, my name is Successful. Yeah.
Can you imagine the pressure of having a name like Successful? Like, it's almost like you got to do good. There's no room for error. Your name is Successful. You got to.
That's true. I actually didn't think about that until I guess I got older, because I didn't really know what my name meant growing up, So, and all the kids didn't know either until we learned, vocabulary and words. And then I understood what it meant. But I've always been really ambitious and a go-getter just from watching my mom.
That's dope. So, we kind of slid into the whole mental health arena here, and we're talking about celebrities. We were talking about Kanye West, and people think he's crazy. It could be his normal, but definitely in the Black community, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it because we be honest on the break room, and I don't want to offend nobody. So you can check me too, Successful. But when I was growing up, when we spoke about mental health, we were talking about, and again, I'm just using this as an example, break room family. I'm not being funny. I'm not making fun of anybody. When we talked about mental health, we related that to somebody that was slow, whether it was Down syndrome or maybe they were had some issues, some depression or something like that. But most of the time we couldn't see mental health. Nowadays, wow, it's everywhere.
Well, it's always been everywhere. It's just lack of education, lack of the knowledge and information about what it actually is. And from generation to generation in our community, we've been taught, you're demon possessed, or, pray about it and things
right.
Not to really look into what's actually going on with you mentally. So that's why I started the Minority Psychology Network, because I wanted to create a platform where we're able to give psychoeducation and information to our community that we never knew before.
Right. Yeah. We equated the mental part of people in a straitjacket living in terror, because the crazy house was in terror. I don't know what it's called, so I'm sorry. Stop action.
What happened? Oh, y'all know what I mean.
I hate action.
Come on, man. We gotta catch, man. What y'all doing?
I was just giving, what my what we equated it to. Bink gave what he equated it to. We equated it to straight jackets like that. You know, crazy like that. But like she said, it's true. People would be like, "Well, you demon possessed. You need to pray about it." It's like, no, you don't need to pray about it. You about to get dealt with if you don't get yourself together. But I think that we sometimes have a hard time accepting the truth that it is happening. It's like, no, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. They just need to be disciplined. Oh, you just need to spank them and they'll get better, or something like that. When really some conversations need to be had to find out what's going on or what happened to get a person to where they are. Because I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, Successful, but I don't think you're born with mental problems. That's not something that you're born with.
Well,
it's something that you.
It definitely depends. It could definitely be something that's in your genes, like your family member could have schizophrenia or something like that. And what you guys are referring to is more on like the psychotic, disorders, the more extreme. There's different types of mental health disorders, like depression, bipolar depression, bipolar, things like that. There's even different types of illnesses where you don't need to take medication, or you have to take medication for therapy. So it's just different types of ways to combat mental health and different ways that mental health illnesses looks like. There's not just one way it looks. And then, like you said, sometimes you can't even see it. It's an internal battle. And also it's a chemical imbalance. So it just depends on what the person is diagnosed with.
And, working in the school district, that was something that I noticed at the elementary level. And it would irritate me that they would put the kids, like if a kid was a behavior problem, then they would immediately say, oh, let's send him to SPED, or he needs to be on Ritalin, or it was another drug that came out after that. And my thought, I'm sitting there looking at the kids like, okay, I got a classroom, and this is exactly what I said to the principal. I said, I have a classroom full of drug addicts because y'all are drugging them instead of talking to them. But if you must know in the school district, if a kid is labeled SPED or they have some kind of disability, the school district gets more money for them per day. So to me, sometimes it seems like at that young age, it seems almost like, it's just, oh, let's just label this kid this and, we'll get more money, because at the end of the day, school is a business. Education is a business.
Yeah, and my question though, because let me just start out by saying this: Kanye is crazy. I ain't gotta be no doctor or no psychiatrist. That dude is crazy. Okay, what he does is craziness to me. My definition of crazy. But my question is, through this whole thing, with what we're coming out of now, I mean, your business is about to be booming because there's a lot of people in. I could probably go see a psychologist or somebody about my mental health going through this last year of a pandemic, being locked down the way we are. So, I mean, for you, I mean, what are some of the things that you see or are dealing with after a year of us going through this pandemic? Because that is serious mental health that the kids have gone through, that the adults have gone through. I mean, everybody in the medical field. I mean, it's been a lot. This year has been a lot. So what are some of the things that you're seeing, or some of the key things that are going on in your world in the mental health side?
Well, I will say this: we definitely don't like to use the term crazy because
I
mean, mental health is a serious issue, and I think pandemic people have gotten the opportunity to understand how essential it really is. You've gotten the opportunity to be alone with yourself and realize, it's not all about just going to work every day or being around your friends and family. You need to make sure that you're in a good space in order to be the best you possible, in order to get anything done. So I just feel like during this time, a lot of people have gotten the opportunity to focus on their mental health, which is why we were granted the $100,000 grant from Booz Allen Innovation Fund. Yes. Yes. But our plan.
That's big.
Yeah, it really, really is. It was an innovation fund because we want to have a mobile mental health unit go into communities with minorities and essential workers. You know, a lot of essential workers are going through so much during this time, being that they have to put their life on the line every day for something that is unknown to us. You know, this is a lot of us in this generation first time encountering or dealing with something like this. So having to be strong for themselves and their family, it's a lot of work. So what we're going to do is go into these communities and give limited talk therapy, connect them with minority mental health professionals. We are having an app developed. It's going to be an NPN app. You can get it on Apple and also Android. So we'll have a directory of minority mental health professionals that will link them to their own therapist, and they will be able to continue services. We'll also have different webinars and seminars they'll have access to. And while the bus is in these communities, we will also have different seminars and things outside. So that way we can give psychoeducation and information and also resources, because we are going to be moving around a lot, going on tour to state in order to provide services.
And so we see the bus. We see a picture of the bus. Actually, this is how I Facebook met you. I'll just say that. When I saw the bus and I saw your comment, just got the bus wrap. We ready to we about to, you know, change the world, blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, that's a great idea. You know, not so much the rap and everything, but the fact that you're promoting mental health, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to be going directly to the communities to spread the word and help people. And I was like, I haven't really seen that before. You know what I'm saying? So that's I applaud you for that. And that's really awesome. Can you speak a little bit about when you come in contact, you know, with people that need help and the importance of you mentioned therapy, the importance of therapy. I know therapy is looked at, you know, like if you're getting therapy, there's something wrong with you, you know, and that's not you know the popular thing to do according to the way people look at therapy. It's research. I've read research that Black people really don't mess with therapy that much, or we're hesitant about seeing a person and opening up and telling them about the problems that they're going through. So
I go to therapy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I go to therapy. Yes.
Yeah, I've been to therapist several times, dog. I love talking about my situation.
Yeah, I've been going to therapy since I was 18.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow. So successful. Why is that so important, though?
Well, because one of the things that we do here in our community, which is another reason why I created NPN, is, you know, there's not a lot of minority mental health professionals, or not a lot of Black mental health professionals, you know, that look like us. So, you know, they want to talk to somebody that looks like them. So that is part of the problem why some may not want to go to therapy, because, you know, they feel like, oh, you know, they don't understand me. They don't know my story. They haven't had the same struggles. So what we're trying to do is create a network of minority mental health professionals and, you know, have more of us, and then show the world, yeah, that there's a lot, you know, it's not that many of us, but there are a good number of us that are there in order to give mental health services.
Well, let's see. So you're 43 days, 5 hours, 25 minutes, and 39, 38 seconds away from your tour kicking off, right? I'm sorry. So when you roll up into the city, what can people expect? And by the way, Billy Edwards is asking that you make sure you make your way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay.
Okay.
But when you roll up, what happens?
Well, you're going to see a band, a DJ. We're going to have food. We're going to have everything there because we want to get the crowd in. But because of COVID, of course, we're only going to have one person on the bus at a time. When they get on the bus, they will have an intake. So during that intake process, we'll, you know, get to know exactly what resources and information that they need. We will have them have a quick therapy session with someone in order to connect them with the services that they need. Yeah, so we're going to make sure that this is like an ongoing process. We don't want people just to come to see the bus. Oh, this looks cool. What are you guys doing? We're trying to actually give them, the help that they need. Because resources is a lot of problem too. You don't really know where to look. You don't know where to start. How do I even get a therapist? So that's exactly what we're trying to do. And also, like I said, we'll have like different seminars on the outside of the bus, giving, information, psychoeducation. And that's pretty much it. We're going to just make sure that we keep it going by connecting them to the therapist.
And what can you tell us what cities and states you're going to go to?
So so I have a national organization. So we're going to start off in places where I have all of my members. So we'll be in LA, we'll be in Dallas, Houston, we'll be in Louisiana, the DMV.
I'm at the bus.
Yes, DC, Maryland, Virginia, New York, Chicago. So yeah, now Oklahoma. So
okay. And you got somebody down at in the Temple Killeen area. She says that this is Miss Kathy is on with us. She says she feels like she needs a therapist sometimes because she has to solve majority of her family's issues. And that person, the person that is that person, a lot of time doesn't get that outlet because they're steady taking on everything and they are taking everybody else's problems, so they don't get a chance to vent and get it out.
That is so true. That's essential. One thing that I tell my organization, which are a majority of mental health professionals, is self-care is so essential, because if you can't take care of yourself, if you're not great, then everybody around you is gonna, get that at one point too. So you got to make sure that you take care of yourself. So I think that's really good that she's looking into therapy, because you want to make sure that your mental health is intact before anything.
I took it so deep. I went to a one of the mental health facilities and stayed. I spent my 22nd birthday in one because it was just some things going on that I was like, look, I'm at a point where I don't care. So, we got to have some conversations, and it opened up dialogue for, like, my dad came and he actually went through some therapy sessions with me. Some people were upset. They were like, what you in here for? Why are you here? We can't even celebrate your birthday. But right now, I don't care about birthday.
Right.
I care about a birthday.
Right. And I'm glad you shared that story, because that's another thing, like normalizing the conversation. A lot of people experience what you talking about right now, but they don't really, open up and talk about it. But normalizing the conversation is also a step to really, understanding what mental health really is.
Was that something that you, like, when did the whole journey, to tackle mental health for you personally, when did that happen, for you to take on this journey? Like, was that something, maybe an experience, or you in college? I know you went to an HBCU, you went to Howard. I assume you studied psychology at Howard. I assume you studied psychology.
Yes, so my major is psychology, my minor is radio and television. Right now I'm getting my doctorate in clinical forensic psychology.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, so I'm almost done with that. 1 year left.
Wow, dope. Wait, you said forensic psychology. Elaborate on that for a second. I think I know what that means, but explain what forensic psychology is.
So clinical forensic psychology, I would be working with the criminals.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Competency exams or expert witness. Also, maybe being a profiler for the FBI or CIA.
Sure.
Like that, just getting into the mind of the criminal.
So this is Dr. Successful Brim, just in case you guys are tuning in on Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. Make sure you remember this face. We probably have a show about her coming up. Dr. Successful Brim. That's what y'all have to refer to her as the rest of the show. Dr.
Successful. Yeah.
We'll keep this footage, because one of the, when she have her on, they're gonna do a documentary on her. She's like, yeah, I was on this podcast, back in 2021, and after that I just blew up. So
yeah, that's what's up, man.
I think that's awesome though. Like, wow, that's
you just motivated me. You gave me some life. I'm like, dang.
Yeah. I was like, wow. I felt like I ain't do nothing. I feel like, dang, I'm small people right now. I'm really small.
What, doctor? Woo!
So shout out HU DC area. I used to live right there, Florida Avenue, right there, HU. So I know DC well, but my thing is like, so what would you recommend though, beyond seeing a therapist on your own personal level, like for your own mental health? Would that be like exercise, going out, spending time by yourself, reading a book? I mean, what would you say like would just be like your recommendation for saying like, I'm shutting the world down and I'm taking care of me right now?
Yeah, I mean, even for me, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Like, self-care is so important. Like, today I went on a walk before the show for like an hour where I didn't respond to any messages or anything, because I wanted to just have time to myself. So definitely doing that, and journaling, and also like writing down goals and things you want to accomplish. I was just making a home gym in my garage too, so that way I can just work out and just focus on me. I think the most important thing is just focusing on yourself. So
that is super dope.
Bink needed that one. See, Bink, you gotta work hard.
You sure did. You're right. I'm getting there. I got some more motivation. So you said we 43 days away from the actual tour. And what date is that? I can't count that far ahead. What's the date? The end of April. Okay, so we definitely got to have you back on before the end of April so we can remind people to what you are doing. But triple, quadruple salute to you and continued success. And I mean, is it anything else that our listeners should know before you roll out?
Yeah, so we have the bus, but we also do different webinars that we have every week. Yeah, so it's we hold it via Zoom. So if you go to our Facebook or Instagram page at the Minority Psychology Network, you can find out when we have those. The next one we're having is actually next Friday. It's going to be the Sports and Mental Health Committee, where they're going to be speaking to and about athletes, minority athletes, how hard it is being a minority athlete at a HBCU and at a PWI. So we have that. Then we have something called Ask MPN. That's where we have the public come on and ask us any questions about mental health, about resources and information. And we also have it topic driven, where we talk about breaking the stigma. And that's an open forum where you can ask questions to us. You can give comments. We have different panelists that are mental health professionals. And it's just a really great psychoeducational informational session.
And can I ask one more question real quick before you bug on out, if you get ready to leave? I want to know, like, what was your inspiration? Because there might be some young sister out there right now saying, you know what? I want to be successful too. I mean, not
no
you,
pun intended.
But I want to be. I want to be that. What inspired you to say, like, because this is seriously a commitment and a career to service. Because your thing is serving others and helping others. So what was that moment, or what was that thing in your life that said, like, you know what, this is what I want to do. I want to help out. I want to help out others.
Well, you know what? Going to Howard, actually, because I got to be around so many Black professionals and just seeing how, we can be whatever we want to be. And then when I was in California, I didn't really see that a lot. So I'm like, wait, they need to see what I experienced, because there's a lot of Black people that are doing great things. And I wanted to build a network of Black mental health professionals, and then also minority mental health professionals, Indians, Asians, all different types of cultures. So that's really what made me do it, because I just wanted to showcase Black excellence.
See, Big Guy, I got that in there. That's because of what? A HBCU, people.
That's what that is. That's what that is.
See what turned her into wanting to be a doctor? A HBCU.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Go to them HBCUs. And it don't hurt that the VP went there, right?
You got dog right, baby. LU all day. Langston University. Sorry, I got excited. So successful. How do they follow you on social media? How do people get in touch with you? I'm sure a lot of people are intrigued tonight of this information that you're giving us?
So, my personal Instagram is my real name is successful, and
do you have a middle
I'm
name?
sorry.
Just by chance, do you have a middle name?
Chance. No, just
So it's at Successful Brim.
My real name is successful.
So it's at your handle is at Successful.
No, it's at MY.
my real name is Successful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what she's saying. My bad. At my name is Successful. My real name is
my real name is Successful.
okay. My real name. You will understand why I'm doing this in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then the Minority Psychology Network is minority_psychology_network. And for the Facebook is the Minority Psychology Network. And you can find all the information there.
We'll put links to all your handles and profiles on our break room page, on our Media Room 360 page. I quadruple thank you. You just talk about the power of social media, because I saw you as I was scrolling. I was like, okay, this is dope. And I messaged you and you messaged me back, and as many celebrities as I've met and radio thing I did across the country, I'm still surprised when I reach out to somebody and they reach back. I'm like, man, okay, wow, that was nice. So thank you to this day. But thank you so much for coming on and giving us this information about a much needed conversation about mental health. And we look forward to the end of April. We'll definitely be talking to you again so we can continue to promote the network and get some people helped about mental health. And
when you touch down in the Dallas area, holla at your people. Holla at you. Holla at your people.
Let us know.
She's from DFW. She's from the area.
Yeah, we'll come out and do it. If we're not booked, we'll come out and do a little broadcast.
Oh, yeah, I love it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm going to follow you. My real name is Successful. I'm going to follow you right now.
Successful Brim, ladies and gentlemen.
Dr. Successful Brim.
Right, let me say that again. Let me make sure I'm all up in the camera on that. Dr. Brim. That's what that is. We appreciate you, baby. Take care. Continued success.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, I just sneaked that one in, huh? Continued success.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about it. Good for her. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. I mean, how dope was that? I mean, this young sister at HBCU set her off, and see what happened. It's like from there on. I mean, the boundaries are limitless. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, action. Shout out to our sister Sky Life. We see her jumping in the conversation. Sky, I know you can relate to a lot of that conversation and the burdens that you've been carrying over the years. You know what I'm saying? And being resilient and coming back super strong. So, Sky, we're always here for you. We love you. We thank you for checking us out and being on the Break Room Squad. We super love you. And, you love by a lot of people. So continue to be strong and continue to make it happen. So let's there's a story that's out there that I don't understand, and I want to explain it. I want somebody to explain it to me if you're listening, or if you're on one of our other platforms, or if one of you guys know about it. So we all know Space Jam, right? Space Jam,
Yeah,
probably one of the best movies of 1996, starring Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing, Muggsy Bogues, Bill, what's his name?
Bill Murray.
No, the dude, him too. The dude that used to play for the Mavericks, the big tall white boy, Bill.
They played for the tall one.
Yeah,
Sean,
there you go, Sean Bradley. Absolutely.
I'm like Bill.
And then Larry,
I was like, who was Bill? I remember Sean.
And then
Mr.
Larry,
Redhead himself.
and then Larry from Sunny South Dallas, Larry Johnson. They're doing a remake that's due out this summer. Now, the story is they're gonna be taking off Pepe Le Pew. That was a skunk, right?
Pepe Le Pew, yes.
They taking him off, and they taking off Speedy Gonzalez. I don't know if Speedy Gonzalez was Disney or not, but they taking him off the air too. Does anybody know why?
they are taking, well, LeBron James doesn't want Pepe Le Pew in because they're saying that Pepe Le Pew I can't remember their words, but basically they're saying he was a rapist because he was always trying to chase that cat and on the cat, the other little cat.
Stop it!
I'm telling you, that's what I was saying. When they go in there, it's like y'all worried about cartoons that happened when we were kids, when you need to be focused on the stuff that's going on right now with these kids. We made it through Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew was always trying to hug on her. She didn't want him. So that's the creepy thing. And they're saying that's like him raping her. That's a rape culture that Pepe Le Pew has created because he was trying to kiss the cat.
Okay, as soon as I see a skunk going after a cat, I'll believe that.
The skunk was trying to get the cat.
I totally missed that growing up. Now I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't like Pepe Le Pew was like Woody Woodpecker or Tom and Jerry. What I mean by that is I frequented Woody Woodpecker, Tom and Jerry, Popeye, Fat Albert, Droopy, all those cartoons. Pepe Le Pew was on when I watched the Road Runner and all that stuff, Bugs Bunny and them. I don't remember Pepe Le Pew like that. Magilla Gorilla and all that stuff, Schoolhouse Rock, yeah, but Pepe Le Pew, he probably was in a couple of cartoons, but he wasn't like the main one to me. I don't remember none of that. Him chasing after a cat. Heathcliff. I don't remember none of that.
Yeah. The little cat was black and white like him.
I thought he was a skunk.
No, the cat wasn't black and white.
Pepe Le Pew is a skunk. The cat was black and white. She was black and white.
The cat was black, but then all the time during the cartoon, like the cat would walk under some paint or something like that and end up getting a white stripe that looked like a skunk. And so then the skunk, Pepe Le Pew, would think the cat was a skunk. So he got turned on by her trying to get with her. But see, I don't see no problem with that. Like I said, like it is what it is. But I mean, if you watch, like my daughter watches anime. Yeah, they got people cutting their heads off and showing blood, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, we focused on the wrong things. We focused
that's
on
what I'm saying.
30 years ago, and we need to be focused on what these kids are going through now. I mean, they're saying that Pepe Le Pew is the reason why we got rapists in our generation. Because of Pepe Le Pew.
That's somebody reaching. They're reaching. They're reaching.
I mean, it's just.
I feel like they were reaching with Dr. Seuss because it's like, okay, really, ain't nobody saying nothing all this time.
Yeah, at this point, you're right, Shani.
Because what it is now that President Trump is out of office, they're trying to. They can't really say anything about President Biden because he really hasn't done anything wrong. So they have to bring up the culture war stuff. They have to bring up all this unnecessary garbage that so-called liberals like and liberals want to fight for. And so it keeps the argument going because right now they can't argue with President Biden because he's doing all right. He's doing what he said he was going to do. So again, it's a culture war thing. They always got to have some type of argument because it's always got to be a fight. If it's not a fight, then they can't sell nothing. They can't promote. I mean, imagine though, if they stop fighting, if the right would stop fighting and pulling up all this stuff and doing all this stuff, or the left would stop fighting and doing all this stuff, and we got along, then shows like Fox News, OLN, or MSNBC would go out of business. They would have nothing to talk about.
That's a good point.
LeBron James is the one who said he didn't want Pepe Le Pew on there. I didn't know nothing about Speedy Gonzalez. I missed it. I guess I must have stopped at Pepe Le Pew, but LeBron said that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's part of the political correctness and the left going too far with political correctness. I'm like Mel's on this. I'm an equal opportunity offender on this because I got beef with the left, I got beef with the right, and I don't mind calling them either one of them out for their hypocrisy and what they do. And again,
wow, Pink Panther was a pimp.
Yeah, no, stop it, Sky. Pink Panther was not a pimp.
How was the Pink Panther a pimp? He was just cool.
He was slick and cool.
But
he didn't even have no women.
Yeah, it's just too much on the left. Like I said, it's that everybody get a trophy kind of mentality, and everybody don't deserve a trophy.
It was Cat Williams in cartoon form.
Now, what's the deal on
us? Billy said that, not us.
What's the deal on Speedy Gonzalez? They say that the way he was made up makes him the stereotype for Mexicans. That's why they're getting rid of him.
It was the Mexican accent and how he talked and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's why they're getting rid of him, because they like that stereotype category.
And he wore that big sombrero.
That big sombrero, yeah. Again, he wasn't in my top 5, but I mean, I remember seeing him as a kid, so I just think they're reaching too much. Like stop that. Just stop.
Okay, now imagine us though back in the day. Like I'm a little bit older than you guys, but I'm just saying, like back in the day. Imagine your favorite cartoon or something like that, and then all of a sudden your mom got to explain to you, or you as a parent now got to explain to your kids, this is coming off, or your favorite cartoon. That's crazy. Like we shouldn't, especially
when that's all we had.
Yeah. Like that's like a unnecessary conversation.
I mean, we talked about this earlier this week. Even when they blow up, and after they blow up, they had a black face and a big old lips, and yeah. That was that was some subliminal racism, but we didn't know that.
Nor did we care, because what difference did it make? It didn't change anything.
We knew it was a cartoon. We knew we didn't look like that.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. Exactly. It's like if you start believing in fantasy, you got mental issues. You need to go see Successful.
Yeah, you need to go see Miss Dr. Successful Brown. Yeah. And speaking of people that need to go see a psychologist, listen to this story out of Arkansas. An elementary school teacher in North Little Rock has been accused of having a kindergarten student pull toilet paper out of a clogged toilet with feces in it with his hands. White teacher, little black 5-year-old boy. The boy's mother said that a 5-year-old told her about the incident over the weekend. His teacher at Crystal Hill Elementary reportedly told him to clean out the toilet with his hands because he used too much toilet paper. Murray said she was shocked when he told her, and it has obviously bothered her son.
Wait, baby, I'm gonna shut the school down. Look,
the teacher apologized.
Oh no!
Let me see.
No, I'm coming after you. She gonna get a pie, one of them mini pies.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's like what is it? Who was it? Cedric the Entertainer of the Kings of Comedy. Was it the Kings of Comedy when he said, "Black people don't hope, we wish."
Oh, we wish.
We wish.
Cedric said that.
Yeah.
You would. We wish us.
We wish. We wish. I wish that would have been my daughter or my son.
So the teacher is on leave. I wish I had a picture of him. She's a white teacher, and the boy's a little black boy. Like you talk about mental health. Like, what the hell is wrong with her? What was going through your mind having that little boy do that? Like, that's not even sanitary. Are you kidding me?
No.
Like, what was she thinking about?
Went up there and put her head in that toilet. And
first of all, it's Little Rock, Arkansas. That's one thing. So, her mind probably jacked up anyway. But still, this ain't the time to be doing nothing like that. And I think
teacher, she would have had to get these hands. I wouldn't have shanked her. She would have had to get these hands. She got these hands, and she would have ate one of them mini pies.
I know that's right. Well, we're going to definitely keep up with this story and keep up with the updates. I think right now she's on administrative leave, I think.
I'd be asking them, where's the Action Gym going? Because I'm about to sue the soul. I'm about to sue the soul school system. Y'all gonna change his name, Action Elementary. About to be Action Elementary.
Well, I guess it's safe to say this teacher's gonna be assed out. Where's my rim shot? Boo, boo.
Baby.
Hey, look, definitely thank Dr. Successful Brim for hanging out, spread the word about mental health. Thank you for hanging out with us, everybody, on the Big Bink's Break Room platform, the media Room 360 platform. Thank you so much. Tomorrow's Friday. We let Lil Lou kick it.
Yeah.
And,
Bring the
it's on
drinks.
second.
Bring the
it on.
drinks.
We will see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Be safe. Take care of yourself. And it's on and cracking. Kiss somebody.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room. What you doing? What you doing? Hey,